It's day 4, the perfect day to introduce you to the 4 types of posts, and they are right here. So you have definitely done a little of this with a little of this, and you've probably mixed in a little of that. But today we're gonna focus mainly on promoting yourself. This one's really fun, and I do this a lot on my stories versus in a post that stays on my Instagram feed. Like wherever I am throughout the day, I'll often make a little story and I'll tag that business that I was at, like a restaurant, a cafe, or I buy my dog food, anything like that, and I'll just tag that business in my story. And that's usually how I use that one. So that's just a little bonus tip on that. So you're gonna grab your pen and your notebook, and you're gonna make a list of your current offers. Do you have an event coming up? Do you have anything time sensitive that you should be talking about on social media before it's gone or it's over? If you don't, then why not create something today? And I want to teach you a word. If you haven't heard of this word before, you're going to learn it today, and you're going to hear me use it a lot. It's scourgency. And it's a word that I learned from one of my favorite mentors, Pat Flynn, where he combines the word scarcity and urgency into one word, and the word is scourgency. So if you don't have scourgency when you're talking about what people can do, how people can take advantage of your offers, if you don't have any time sensitivity mixed in there, then it just feels like everything you have is always available all the time. And it's our job as entrepreneurs to get people off their butts to do something. And even though we don't necessarily have to add scourgency to some things, I guarantee when you have an event, something happening on a specific day at a specific time, that's going to help people feel like, oh my gosh, I have to do something or I'm going to miss out. You actually want people to feel a bit of FOMO, because FOMO makes people take action. So make your list of the things that you're going to be able to talk about on social media to promote yourself, right? To promote yourself, this one here. Because if it's always just for fun and it's always just you teaching and you're never pointing them in the direction of something they can do, then you're probably becoming really popular on social media, but you're not necessarily going to be able to become profitable. And that's what I want for you. All right, so I'm just looking at my notebook here to make sure I didn't miss anything. So, oh yeah, I was gonna show you the Fempreneur Marketing School workbook. I just gotta walk over here. The other thing I'm doing intentionally in this video is I'm not editing anything. I am posting this video with zero editing at all, so you can see how simple it is to make a video and just post it, and you don't have to chop out the little bits where you walk over to grab the workbook that you forgot to grab when you started making your video, and you don't have to edit your video if the dog barks or if the other dog barks. You can just make your video. All right, this is what I was going to say. In this workbook, there are pages that have examples of what you can offer and different ways you can offer it. Where are they? I wanted to show them to you. Oh, there was a bunch right there. So these are different things that you can do. They're in this workbook. There's tons of action steps in here too. It really does align with what we're doing here in this 25 days, but it of course takes you deeper. So you can grab that on Amazon. You also can sign up for my marketing school, which I run a couple of times a week. Oh, did you notice how this was kind of like a promote me post? All of a sudden, because I told you about something, and my marketing school is time sensitive because I only run it twice a year. It's a 3-month program. So you can, be having fun with your audience, teaching them things, and you can always mix in a little promotion of something that people can do, a way they can take advantage of, your skills, your talents, the way that you help people. So you don't have to make a post that's purely like a commercial that you would see on television. You can just have a regular post where you're talking about, something that you felt called to share with your audience. And then you can be like, oh, and by the way, I was working on, the presentation that I'm giving at such and such event. You can just sneak little stuff like that in there. You don't need to overthink everything and make it all structured. And no, just trust your heart. Your heart's going to guide you with what to say. So trust yourself. So lastly, I wanted to mention that the brand color thing is really something that a lot of people get hung up on. So some people feel like their brand colors, hold on, what was I trying to say here? Oh my gosh, I don't actually know what I was supposed to say about brand colors. Okay, so brand colors, I guess I'm just going to speak from the heart about brand colors because I don't know what I wanted to say earlier, but brand colors, people get really hung up on their brand colors on Instagram. And so they think that everything has to have some of their brand color in it. I'm not one of those people, but I do have a very prominent brand color. And if you go over to my Instagram account, you'll see that. It's this really cool purple color. And then I use a darker purple color sometimes. So this is my brand color right here, this purple here. And then sometimes I use a darker purple when needed. So if you're really into making sure that your Instagram account has your brand color in almost every image, then you might want to buy a shirt that's your brand color. You might want to have drinkware, which I normally have in my hand, that's your brand color. You might want to throw every single video you make into Canva and put a background on it. I don't recommend you do that because that's going to take you a lot of time and that's going to stop you from posting often and awesome stuff and just getting stuff out there. So if you're one of those people that's really like, okay, Lindsay, you're teaching me how to do all this marketing stuff, but you haven't once talked about brand colors and how am I going to, I've got this beautiful looking grid going on Instagram and now you're messing it up with all these videos you're telling me to make, then paint a wall in your house your brand color and make some of your videos in front of it. Get a hat that's your brand color. Get a toque that's your brand color if it's winter. Get a collar for your dog that's your brand color. If you're really into the brand color thing, then you can absolutely work it into this. So I'm excited to see your post today where you're going to talk about what you have to offer people. And coming up in the next video on day 5, you're going to see how to actually create something time sensitive and give it away for free to your audience. And you're going to grow your email list this way. If you're someone that already has your email list going, you can take the day off tomorrow, but you should still watch the video because I'm probably going to mention some things in there that you haven't heard before. If you're not using MailChimp and you're using some other platform that you're paying for, you might want to switch over to MailChimp because what I'm going to show you tomorrow is completely free. You don't have to pay for it and you can be growing an email list for free. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll see you back here tomorrow.